What's going on, Mini family? Shout out to the almighty Spaz, Star Wars Geek, Travel Cedric, Flapjack Nickelsack for the beautiful subscriptions while I was laying in wait. Also, Enoch Root, 3 years awesome. Can't wait for more. Thank you guys so much for the subs. I appreciate it a lot. Also, shout out to Reaper Miniatures for the 33-person raid while we were also getting ready to start here. What up, Eons of Battle? We're putting together a good old unit of mandrakes. Always loved mandrakes. And that's just what I'm most excited to paint right now. Got that Kill Team unit. John actually generously donated it to me, so I had to pay for it, which is awesome. And now I want to put them together. Maybe for Kill Team, maybe also for 40K. I mean, for 40K. That's the real reason. Lord Area Can. Time to get moist indeed. And yes, today we're going to do Retro Evil Inc. also with the sub. Yes, today we're going to do an Ask Me Anything, an AMA. I realize that you can do that anyways during a live stream, but it's nice to be explicit about it. Today you can ask me anything while I kind of do this more laborious task of assembling a unit. Doesn't require a lot of attention, but let me know if you have any questions about anything. Personal questions, hobby-related questions, video-related questions, live streaming questions, anything. First question in, any suggestions on organizing your hobby stuff? Yeah, I'll give you a suggestion. I like to organize my bits by their useful component. So it's like I want all the arms together, I want all the heads together, I want all of the shields together, I want all of the weapons together, I want them separated sci-fi and fantasy. You need to organize your bits in such a way that makes them most usable for you, whatever that is. You have to define that out first and then organize them that way. It can be really tempting to want to organize your bits how someone else does it. Really think about how you are going to use the bits and then organize them thusly. All right, that's the first question. I need to change the camera. There we go. What up, Valric? In my world, mandrakes have splinter pistols, combat weapons, and nipple rings. That's got to be a reference to something. Wait, so, oh, those like the original mandrake models? Ask me anything explicit? I mean, I probably won't answer explicit things, but you can always try. Okay, before we really get into the assembly and maybe what's my blood type, I actually have no idea what my blood type is. Is that bad? I don't know. So the reason why I wasn't live last week, and I said I was going to, sorry about that. I was at a little geek retreat with my boys doing Imperial Assault. And to prepare for Imperial Assault, I did a little bit of painting. Now I painted all of this stuff in like 2 hours, so it's not amazing, but it was fun. What up, Krish? Radical Apron, thank you, sir. Oh, absolutely, Amber knows. She absolutely knows what that is. So in Imperial Assault, there are 3 terrain structures you often interact with: doorways, crates, and terminals. Ice9, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. What's your 4th favorite mammal? I mean, that begs the question, what's number 1, 2, and 3? I feel like wolf's definitely up there. Back in the day, I loved monkeys a lot. I had a lot of monkeys, like with the Velcro hands and the long arms and legs. Had a ton of those. They're probably up there. I'm gonna say camels. All right. So for the doorways, I 3D printed these archways, which have these lovely slots in them for you to put the cardboard element inside of. So this was super easy to do. Painted 3 of those, got some weathering toward the bottom, made dry brushing, made them look all bent out of shape. And then similarly, there are crates and terminals, and these ones come with slots for their cardboard counterparts to kind of puzzle into, because the terminals can be red, yellow, or blue, and the crates can be red, yellow, or blue. And so you can put the subsequent token on top of this crate to denote what color it is. Instead of painting a bunch of red, yellow, and blue crates, you can paint one set and then use a token to denote them. So these were easy again. I painted 3 of each of these. And then I painted some ISB infiltrators. Dog cats. She's off snorting Lorcana cards. Absolutely, dude. She is. Been corrupted. What is your least favorite kit to put together for Warhammer? It's got to be stuff that does not attach to the base well. Neferata was a huge example. She attaches to the base by the tail of the mount she's on. And that kit, you know, plastic isn't that heavy, but like, you know, it's big. It's a big kit, and it's only attached by the base, and plastic glue doesn't dry very fast. And so that's always a pain in the butt whenever there's a very minimal connection point, and especially on a heavy model. What's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? How many 80s to 90s Wolf t-shirts have you owned unironically? 0. I only own 1, and it is for the memes, for the 3 Wolf memes. Dry brush, the forbidden word, it is. If you weren't playing Cawdor in Munda, oh, that's so easy. What's number 2? The number 2, 100%, are those skinny, leather jacket, long coat wearing eyeglass freaks. The name escapes me at the moment. I don't know why I can't think of their name, but 100% those guys. All right, here are my ISB, yes, Delac, thank you guys. Here are my ISB infiltrators. I did not paint the eyes. I had no time. I like literally all of the things you just saw now, the 3 archways, 3 crates, 3 terminals, I painted all of it in 2 hours. This was a conversion that I did with some Skullforge minis. They didn't have like the right ISB head and body for what I wanted, and so I just kind of kit bashed 2 kits together. And they look great, you know, they were so easy to paint. Zenithal highlights, some transparent gray paints, and boom, I got some ISB infiltrators to use in Imperial Assault, which allowed me to play another whole mission in the campaign that we played over the weekend. It was a lot of fun. Any tips on achieving contrast while staying within your army's theme? Working on a Warcraft Death Knight themed Slaves to Darkness army with lots of cold blues and grays, but I'm worried I'm not achieving enough differentiation between my tones. To me, it sounds like you need more contrast. Differentiation between tones? Are all your colors just too similar in hue? Don't be afraid to go really bright with a spot color. So you're doing cold stuff, you want to look like Arthas. Arthas has got a spot color of turquoise or teal. Use that in small little areas like gems, glowing runes, eyeball slots on helmets, you know, like use that to add a breath of life to your models, but you know, use it sparingly. You don't have to, but I mean, you can use it sparingly and it will look good. Delac, they're great. I love Delac. I also loved your idea, Rufus Kid, of using the names from that one movie. It's so suitable. How are your feelings on the Imperium releases coming up? Are you referring to Shatterpoint? Because if so, I'm very fucking hyped. Very hyped. The Strangers from Dark City. Dark City, that's what it is. Gene Stealers, I saw, Evan, you wanted to hop over to the Gene Stealers. They are a pretty cool army. That's definitely one of the 40k factions that I like. I like Dark Eldar, I like Sisters of Battle, and I like Gene Stealers. Those are my favorite ones. Diet DP, what up, Haley Snaily? All right, how the frig do you assemble these mandrakes? We need part C26, 27, and 37. 26, 25, 27, and 37. All right, we can do that. Oh, yeah. What is your favorite horror movie and why is it Hellraiser? That becomes a more and more difficult question to answer as the years go on. You know, I'll just keep saying the same thing. I love Midsommar. I think Midsommar was a great horror movie. As my favorite, I don't know. Carrie from the 70s is also up there. It is a phenomenal movie. Hellraiser is trash. I don't understand people like that movie. The only redeemable reason to like that movie, the only redeemable quality that movie has is its character design. The Cenobites are fucking awesome. But otherwise, it's a fucking F-tier movie. I don't hate it that much. I just like to get a rise. Gib Lobot. Yes, there's Lobot now. What is my favorite Ordo of the Inquisition? What are the options? What up, Maloov? Personally, I actually just watched a horror film 2 days ago, which has skyrocketed to be my favorite film. I saw the TV glow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Malleus, Xenos, and Hereticus. Definitely Hereticus. 100% Hereticus. I did see that warband in Eric's video, HUD. That warband is friggin' awesome. All right. We need 25, 26, 27, and 37. I'm going to cut some of my sprues here. With a little bit of the sprue remaining, just so I don't cut off parts of the model. 25. Look at that. 26 is right next to 25. Just like it should be, as it is ordained. 26, 25, 27, and 37. Oh, that's 31. Okay. This is 27. BA 25, 26, 25, and then 37. There it is. The rock, the tactical rock, of course. You need a tactical rock for your dudes to stand on. Or else, how do they stand in the 40K universe? You need skulls and rocks. Can't go wrong with Evil Dead. Evil Dead's amazing. American Werewolf in London is amazing. The Exorcist is amazing. I actually, for the first time ever, watched Friday the 13th yesterday. I watched 3 movies. 3 movies yesterday. It's kind of crazy. But man, that movie is so good. Friday the 13th is not a bad movie at all. Of course, it's a little bit hokey, but it's the movie that created a lot of the things that make that genre hokey in the first place. They were the trendsetters. It came out in 1980. And it's good. It's a good movie. You're very welcome, Justice Apugu. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys are in the Discord, which you can get to by being a patron or by being a sub of the channel, there's a feedback channel. And if you ever tag me in one of your mini posts, I will respond during a working day, and I'll give you as much feedback as I know how to do that's helpful. So if you ever need that, that is a place where you can go to get it. I need an X-Acto knife. I see one here, but I don't like this one. Crazy to think that 1980 was already 20 years ago. You fucking wish, brother. You wish. I wish. We all wish that we weren't 30. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. Jay, how old are you? How old is Jay from Eons of Battle? Is he a youngster? Can I talk down to him based on my age? I hope. That's the only way that I'm going to save face here with this painting competition we got going on right now, Jay. I don't know where my X-Acto knife is. That's okay. I'll use the one I don't like. I'm turning 32 next month. Feels bad, man. Jay is totally around your age or younger. 58 this September. God damn it, dude. He's wise too. All right, got a little clippy action. This definitely goes into the tactical rock. Okay. Cleaned up. I have 34 and 3 kids, so I feel like 54. Question, what's the worst film you've ever seen? It's got to be a movie that I didn't finish. The problem is that this answer gets a little murky because I like intentionally watch bad movies, and it's like really fun to do that. But the worst movie I've ever seen has got to be, if we're answering the question honestly here, it has to be a Neil Breen movie. Like, those movies feel like shitty college student feature-length movies that have very little merit, very, very contrived, very forced in so many ways. It's got to be those ones. Neil Breen. Just pick any Neil Breen movie you want. They're terrible. Any horror remake. Oh, okay. So Retro Evil Inc. thinks that all horror remakes are bad. But I would say that the Evil Dead, I wouldn't call it a remake. I don't know what you would call it. It's just another movie in the series of Evil Dead, but you could see it as a remake because it's pretty much the same story. That movie rocks. And so does Evil Dead Arise. Evil Dead Rise. Both of those movies are really good. Are there other horror movie remakes that aren't so bad? The Fly is very good. I did not know that was a remake. Kaboon! Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Skinamarink. That was a movie you hated? Ooh, I don't know who Mathis is from the Chilluminati podcast. Hot take, the 2022 Hellraiser was better than the original. I kind of agree. What is an underrated forgot? The app disconnected. Okay. How can you say Neil Breen is bad? His movies have brought me so much. I know, that's the thing. That's the thing, Eon, is that they're bad movies, but they're so much fun to watch. Some of them are just bad. Like, they're not fun to watch. Like, they're just no good. But well, this certainly isn't fitting like it should. All right, let's just take a look. Make sure we didn't mess up. The Thing is a remake. That is true. The remake of The Thing is very good. 25 and 26 do go together first. Okay. Oh, there we go. I just was being a dingus. Let's get some plastic glue up in this brush. Plastic glue? There you are. There you are, you bastard. That's awesome logic, boy. Underrated, forgotten horror movie that you would recommend. I think The Brood is great. We're talking about The Fly. The Brood is another Cronenberg movie that is great. Another one that's more recent and also forgotten in the same vein as Cronenberg is his son, Brandon Cronenberg's movie Possessor is phenomenal. Both those movies I love. We're doing some mandrakes today, Baxter D. Wall. Hey Scott, last minute competing in the Infinity Online painting competition. What mini should I paint? The one you like the most, bro. And that you can easily finish on time to a good quality. So probably a smaller one. Yeah, I have seen Infinity Pool, yeah. Have seen Infinity Pool. Didn't like it as much as Possessor, but it definitely had some merits. It was interesting. Interesting one. Okay, these go together so interestingly. Shout out to the GW engineers that figure out how models go together. It's just like, it's so incredible what they're able to figure out. Probably get some sprue goo on that fat joint right there. It's begging for some goo. Nero Man, great question about Malifaux. Basically, it seems like you're asking what is it about Malifaux that I seemingly don't like. And it's not the game. I haven't really given the game a fair shake, to be fair. It's more just the model range. It's not the models are bad. I just haven't found a thing that I'm like super keen on, you know? Like the moment I find something in the Malifaux range that feels like a faction, that is like, that feels like I can like really take and run with, then I'm all aboard, 100% all aboard. That's what it takes. That's all it takes. And I'm not even saying it isn't going to happen. You just got to find that thing that works for you. Speaking of Malifaux, I actually just reached out to them to get a model because last week Malifaux just feels dead. That's never mattered to me though. My friends are just so go with the flow and they'll play like literally anything I put down in front of them. So if there's a game to play and I'm into it, as long as I can play it a few times, I'm down to invest in it, especially if it's a skirmish game. Anyways, I asked you guys for pirate recommendations last time, and you gave me a lot of great ones. There's so many good ones, in fact, that you could definitely make like a little war band or an army out of all of the selections. But my favorite one was a Malifaux model. It comes from this box, Brine and Bones, and it is Mary Blacktongue Bonnet. I'll show you a close-up, but there she is in her illustrated form. That was the winner. So I'm going to be painting this model in a video very soon that I've already actually scripted. Here, let me show you the STL on the back of the box. But like this is exactly what I wanted out of a female pirate. Like she is quality many. Can't wait to paint that one. Whoop! Polgarax? Never heard of Jane Schönbrunn. Hold the Dark, the Clusterfuck Trial. I've never heard of those movies. It's okay, Scott. We know you don't like good things. God damn, bro. The rollerblade chick. That sounds fun. All right, cool. Very cool. Let's keep going here on this little demon boy. Demon boy! Speaking of Demon Boy and movies, and horror movies more specifically, I did just watch, is it called The First Omen? Is that what they called it? I watched The First Omen. All right. While that sets up, and before I glue it to its little chunk, I'll just clip out the next piece. Xanderzone! Thanks for the sub. How do you feel about the latest Hellboy attempt? I don't know if you're talking about the one with the cop from Stranger Things or the one that I've been seeing character concepts for. But I have seen the one with the cop from Stranger Things. I can't remember that guy's name. I fucking loved it. I thought it was good. I have no idea everyone hated it so much. I also liked the other one that they did before, the Golden Army or whatever it's called, and then the very original one. They were all great. But I don't know about the newest one. David Harbour, thank you. I thought you're always a hater, bro. You always hate on shit, dude. It's a comic book hero movie. He's a big red demon and he kills fucking giants in it, you know? Just shut up and eat the medicine. It's good shit. All right. The next piece we need is the head. Okay, so you can make them with the spooky flaming arm and the ponytail or the big sword. I mean, doesn't really matter. They're all pretty freaking cool. The head is a combination of 36 and 33. The arms are 34 and 35. So I just need 33 through 36. Cool. Is it better or worse than the B movie / Citizen Kane? Make them. I am making them per the Kill Team instructions. Oh, you mean okay? Okay, so that's the variant. Okay, interesting. I would say that the Hellboy comic book movie with David Harbour is a solid 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. You know, it's right there with the B movie and Citizen Kane. Mignola is too iconic of an artist to not build on it. Yeah, I don't know much about the new one. An American Tail or Fievel Goes West? I think I've only seen Fievel Goes West, so I'll pick that one. Okay, at some point, my X-Acto blade that I'm really missing right now was on the ground. And I picked it up and I put it on my desk. And I really wish I hadn't done that because hilariously, it was on the ground for like 3 days. And the entire time it was on the ground, I knew where it was and I could find it. But now I can't. Oh, you know what? I fucking put it in this box. I put it in this box like a dingus. Fern Gully or Avatar? 100% Fern Gully, dude. Time to clean that desk. 100%. All right. It was in this box, by the way. If you guys don't know what this box is, this is a metal brush box that you can find on my website, Miniac.co. It has an embossed Miniac logo in it. It comes in red and black. The interior can also be red and black. And it's got some foam trays to hold on to brushes or other similarly shaped tools. For instance, like an X-Acto knife. There it is. The bottom tray has one big slot to hold a number of things. But yeah, it fits in nicely. It comes out nicely. And it's a little metal brush box. Check it out, Miniac.co. Definitely Rescuers Down Under. Perfect place to lose X-Acto blades. Alrighty then. This should be set up by now. Okay. You have to lose a hand, but you get to pick which. I mean, I think the obvious one here is my left hand, my non-dominant hand. But losing any amount of hands would definitely fucking suck. All right. This model has a nice connection to the base. Lots of surface area. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'd pick one of the little plastic ones for my minis. Nice. And now for a joke that will launch Scott into tangents for the next 45 minutes. This is true. This is very true. Probably mold lines somewhere on this, but God knows I can't find them. One arm. A Jedi, a Sith, and a child murderer walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "Get out, Skywalker." Nice. That's pod racing. Got it? Anything in the Shatterpoint or Legion reveals stick out to you? I mean, anything Imperial really does me good. I mean, I'm hyped for Director Krennic. You know, I like that character a lot in Rogue One. I thought that the actor, who whatever his name is, I forget his name, portrayed him really well as a sniveling heel of the Empire. What were the other ones? There was also Death Troopers in that box set. There were like these black clone troopers that looked freaking sick. I mean, I'm also hyped for the ISB dudes and fucking the blue guy. I can't remember their names. It's hard for me to recall information on the spot sometimes. I can tell you that his race is Chiss, but I can't tell you his name. Ben Mendelsohn. Kit Fisto, yeah. Who's your daddy and what does he do? With John announcing on the pod that he's teaching some classes at Adepticon, what would get you to teach classes at Adepticon? Honestly, not much. Thrawn, thank you. Empire Strikes Back Bounty Hunters, top tier box. Oh yeah, I remember that too. That was actually sick. I remember the Bounty Hunters. Dang, yeah, they showed off so many cool boxes. Regarding teaching at Adepticon, I don't know. It wouldn't take a lot at this point. I think I've identified Adepticon as a work-related con, and at that point, yeah, I'm down to teach. Maybe not this year though. This year I'm taking a chill pill. It's in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is where my family is at, or like whatever. Southeast Wisconsin is where my family is at, and so I'm gonna stay with my parents this year, and I'm gonna go to Adepticon for like Tup Live and stuff like that, but I probably won't be there all the time like I have been in the past. Oh, that just fits in there so nicely. Yeah, definitely in the future though, I'd be willing to teach some classes. I also just want to teach more classes in my office. I know that's not like super helpful for a lot of people, but I have this space. I should freaking use it. How do we convince you to come to better Adepticon, aka Nova? Find more time. in a year. If you could pick one, which would be your favorite lightsaber in Star Wars? Any franchise counts as long as it's actually been shown. You know, I don't actually know. I think the curved hilt or handle of Dooku's is really cool. I think the double-sided one from Darth Maul is amazing. I think actually in the newest series, the Wookiees Jedi lightsaber is amazing. It's so big. It's so big. I love it. I think that one's great. Let's say Darth Maul's. I love Darth Maul's. I have to think about that though. Scott, you know what is 15 minutes from Adepticon? Me! Bro. I kind of assumed, Jay, when you go to Adepticon, this year, are you going to stay at a hotel or are you going to just be at your house? Because 100% I will come over to your house and play Root. That sounds like so much fun. When I think of the Acolyte, you know, overall, it wasn't really great. There were a lot of really cool things about it, though, that I really enjoyed. But I think ultimately, like they just did not create interesting characters. The only interesting character was, to me at least, was Soul. He had quite a dark backstory. And it was really interesting, you know? But like the main villain, the main dude, yeah, you know, he had no real motivation for existing and doing anything he did. At least that was shown on screen or said. So that was kind of sad. I should have put this arm in first. Oops. Iconic. I know, that second Blade reveal was so iconic. Nova is GOAT. Peak nerd summer camp vibes. They announced Bounty Hunters, Mandos, General Veers. Oh, and the Snowtroopers. Ah! Bro, that's what I'm excited for. Motherfucking General Veers. Heck yeah, dude. That's a funny way to describe Acolyte. Have I ever wanted to shoot an AT-AT in my skirmish game? Veers is your man. Yeah, dude. There's also a sick AT-AT in or ATST in Imperial Assault. That's pretty sick. Got a big glob in that mold line. All right, that should fill up kind of nicely. Oh, look at that thin and shrivelly little guy. Oh, yeah, he's going to mess your day up. For sure, bud. All right. Attack of the Clones is a dog shit movie. I mean, yeah, they kind of all are. Rat Pain, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. These models remind me of Vampire Samurai models. That is a very apt way to describe them. Hold on. The reason why I'm opening this is to find the next assembly instruction. Oh, this guy looks... Oh, the guy with the big two-handed weapon. He looks sick. Mandrake, Chooser of the Flesh. I don't know which one's supposed to be the Kill Team one, but I'm just going to pick the one I think is the coolest. C1, 2, and 3. All right, we can do that. What up, Latino Hot? We're doing a little AMA today. If you got any questions about my personal life, about YouTube, about mini painting, about movies, about video games, about streaming, recording videos, making videos, ask away. C1. I see 1, 2, 3. Bingo. Okay. Build one as the specialist. Okay, that's a fun idea. You know what's weird about 40K? When I compare it to Age of Sigmar in my head, I wanted to play Age of Sigmar, but I don't really care to play 40K. I just want to have a 40K army. I'd much rather play like Kill Team than 40K. I don't know why. There's nothing necessarily wrong with 40K. I actually played it with Jay at this last Adepticon and was kind of surprised how fine of a game it is. Like as far as GW games go, like it was like, you know, kind of what I came to know and enjoy as a little kid, going to GW stores and playing games. Man, look at that fucking bit, dude. Wow. Big sword. It's 5 specialists and 4 warriors. Gotcha, okay. What up? What up, guys? I've changed my name once again because nothing is satisfactory. Plastic the Spain has a better ring to it. We did a little bit of Star Wars chats. All right, we did 1. We did 2. There's 3. Can't wait for that new freaking Dune show to come out, or that video game. Although I have no idea if I'll like the video game, but I'm hyped for anything Dune. I played 40K once, and it put me in the same boat. It's got a bit too much crunch for me. I kind of like crunch. I just played Spirit for AOS 4th this weekend, and it's actually good. That's amazing. Yeah, John was describing an element of that game that sounded great. It was like a thing where you have cards and you pick them, and like if you don't like pick them for objectives, they have abilities on them. It sounded like a new interesting mechanic, you know, that's reminiscent of board games and the like. And I was like really hyped for that. I was like, holy cow, that sounds like a really fun idea that I hope also exists in the main AOS game. Whatever that thing was that I just poorly described. I have watched season 1 of House of the Dragons. How is the game progress going? It hasn't progressed in a little bit now. I did a little bit of work probably like a month ago, and then I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm really trying to get on the YouTube horse here in many ways. I have a lot of things going on behind the scenes to try to make my life on YouTube more palatable, which might sound like I'm whining right now. I don't mean to, but you know, I've had a few come to Jesus moments recently, and I've learned a lot from them, and I need to start implementing what I'm learning. And so that's kind of what I have been dealing with a lot behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. So cryptic. Ooh, baby, baby. Good luck, Mike. 40K definitely only exists in Spearhead. No, GW, no! Put the cool new mechanics in the big game as well. 40K is a big game and requires a lot of time and mental investment, but I think it's really fun if you put in the effort. However, if you don't have the time, go for a skirmish game. Scott, what is your opinion on the integration of electronics into miniatures, ranging from simple LEDs with a battery holder in the base to full NFC tag integration? What is that? Full NFC tag integration? I am 100% for integrating technology into miniatures. I think it's sick. I think anything you can do to make your models like just stand out more on the table is a thing you should do. Hondo P in support of that. No. No. All right. Set you down for a little bit. Justify my cognitive dissonance? That's a fair critique. Dune 1 and 2 are 6 hours, 5 hours of content that have a satisfying story arc. House of the Dragon is, I don't know, between 8 and 10 hours of content and accomplishes half as much character development that I find interesting. So that movie, that show wasted my time, more of my time. You know, I give the show its shot, you know? If it can't grab me in a season, it's dead to me. I have seen a trailer for the new Dune series. He spent 6 to 9 hours watching movies yesterday. That's a bunk answer. Yeah, but I didn't invest the 9 hours into just one narrative plot line. I got to experience 3 different directors' visions for a story. So I don't know if that's really comparable to a TV show where I'm, you know, they had an opportunity, you know? They had an opportunity and they failed. But that doesn't mean that season 2 won't be, you know, isn't good. It probably is great. I'm just being sassy. But I appreciate you questioning my logic. People should feel okay to do that every now and then. I don't feel like you're questioning me as a person, you know? I'm wondering if Underworld is going to survive now that they're not going to integrate the models into AOS anymore. That's a thing? They're doing that? Praise Jeeb. Oh my God. Good. Now the games can exist and be their own thing and shine individually, okay? That is for the good of the system, surely. I love that. I hope it doesn't mean that Underworld is just gonna die, but I do love that. They took all the Underworld's models out. Good. Good. They should not have to exist together. All right, big man, chooser of the flesh. We're going to do the big chooser of the flesh, min. All right, we need C12 and 11 and 10. 10 through 11. Where's that big sword? I saw that big sword. There it is. 11. What did I say? 10 through what? Through 12. They still give Warcry rules to Underworlds, at least. I think that's probably a little bit okay, but honestly, the 2 shouldn't exist. I don't understand why GW needs 2 fantasy skirmish war games. 11, 12, or we're doing some of these moves where this hand has no fingers on it. All right, where's the 13 head? Is it 13 or is it 10? I think it's 10, actually. Is it 10? It's 10. All right. We got there. It's the same as those people who complain if you didn't get to the good part 55 episodes in. Like, bruh, if it takes that damn long, it's not a good show. 100% I agree with that. Those people are trying to solve their cognitive dissonance about investing so much time in a trash TV show. Zelox, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I'm worried because we don't have any news for the future of Underworlds and Warcry. Yeah, that I'm not happy about. I would love for those games to exist. Admittedly, like I said, I don't know why they both have to exist. They both kind of seem like they're covering a similar ground. But I mean, they're valuable games. They're good. They're good enough. They're good enough to justify existing, I think. Like, they have problems for sure, but they're pretty good otherwise. Wow, I watched your videos on YouTube about 6 years ago and you painted everything with an airbrush. Which video did you watch? Also, I'm really confused about that comment. I'm assembling models right now. Spearhead is not a skirmish game. I agree with that. This is the part where we're getting an argument of if Underworld is even a war game. It's borderline. I understand why you're saying it's a card game, Evan. I mean, if it was a card game, I don't want to say that. I was going to say it needs some collectible component, but then again, you have games like Netrunner that are living card games that don't have a collectible component. Not every card game needs to be Magic the Gathering. Excuse me. Oh, okay, Retro Zone. Thank you for the raid. Oh, HUD, you're right. The video where I paint everything with an airbrush. I forgot that video. Oh my God. Avery, what am I looking for in Unlimited? I don't know. I bought a booster box for the newest set. And I got the starters for the last set and the newest set. So Moff, Luke, Vader, and Mando. I love the new mechanics in the new set. I think they're super fun. Of the boosters I've opened so far, I'm getting a ton of Bounty Hunter cards. So I think the deck that I will end up making is a Bounty Hunter deck with my sets. But we're going to do some sealed as well for the new event at some point. I also played Outer Rim recently, as long as we're in the Star Wars gaming world, and that game fucking rules. That game is good. I call it the investment arc, the amount of episodes it takes to convince you to watch the whole thing. There are good shows with long arcs, I think, but it's like if you're not even having fun, what's the point? Watch something else. Poker would be more interesting if it was a CCG. That's hilarious. That's such an interesting thought experiment. Outer Rim is fun. It looks fun and it is fun. Holy cow, it's so much fun. Okay, we got one of these dang things where I gotta glue in one arm and then pray to Jeeb that the other arm aligns with the hand on this one. Although with these kits are so fucking rock solid that I'm sure it won't be a problem. I'll make sure that I'm not getting plastic glue under my finger and then subsequently stamping my fingerprint into the model. I've done that so many times. So many times. Guys, I just celebrated my 11th anniversary with my wife this past weekend. It's a good time. We had a bit of a dog vacation. We went somewhere with the dogs and did a bunch of activities with them. Oh yeah, that went together so seamlessly. Beautiful. Thank you. Thanks, guys. It was a good time. We also played some Lorcana. She crushed me. My wife keeps beating me in Lorcana. It's upsetting. What up, Jose? Oh, congratulations, HUD. Missed a chunk on that belt there. Oh, look at this guy, dude. Look at this guy. He's going to fuck your day up for sure. Holy cow. He's sick. My wife keeps beating me. It takes courage to speak up. Yep. She's a fucking abuser. The thing about my wife is she's employing a straightforward strategy and it's working. And it's just like, man, I can't lose to this. But then I keep losing to it. Oh, yeah, baby. These guys look mean. I love these skinny little wretches. I love it. Thanks, homie. Been an awesome 8 years. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Do y'all do the traditional anniversary gifts? No, we do not. We kind of just do random stuff. My wife and I do, but we always try and cheat the rules a bit. So we're getting something cool. For example, for wood, she got me headphones where the enclosures were real wood. That is really cool. It's a fun thing because she'll keep wanting to play games with you, which is the biggest victory one can have. That's true, Rufus. That's very true. Yeah, I'm losing on purpose. No, I'm not. I'm just fucking getting wrecked. Dude, I don't know if I told you guys, but we played Dune Imperium. My wife's first game ever, a 4-player game of Dune Imperium. This was maybe like a month or two ago. And she crushed everyone, dude. She had 11 points when the game ended, and everyone else had so much less. I had 5, and I think the next closest was like 6. She destroyed us all. It was amazing. Aggro deck, kind of an aggro deck. She just floods the board with low-cost minions that then quest. And I can't remove them fast enough. And so she just quests and quests and quests and quests and then just wins in 5 turns, 6 turns. It's crazy. The recent errata for Bucky is wild. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, it absolutely had Latino hot. She is fully consumed. Whenever we go to the game store, she is always wanting to buy a booster. A booster here, a booster there, a couple of sleeves. You know, she's wild. Okay, now we got the big Batwing guy. Ooh. Yes, Batwing man. Mandrake Shade Weaver. All right, we need 13, 14, and 15. Let's do it. In a world where everybody has a totally useless superpower, you got a mediocre one. What is it, and how do you use it for evil? Let me think about that question. That's a solid question. 13, 14, and 15. I'm trying to think of a thing that would be useful to my modern life that is very specific. Like, for instance, silence. I would love the ability to walk by tomato plants and just, with the wave of a hand, remove the little branches that grow out of the armpit of main branches. Because those little branches are useless and they only ever produce leaves, never tomatoes. And so they should be removed because they shade the plant. So if I could, with the wave of my hand, just delete those things, I would love that. And then how I would use it for evil, I would go buy other people's tomato plants, and just kill their plants completely. I don't fucking know. Suckers, that's the word. Thank you, suckers. Prune man. Oh, I'm Prune man. 13, 14, 15A. Aptly named because they suck. Zudek. Yeah, we call it a Zudek. That's a good name for it. So you will have total tomato domination? Absolutely, yeah. People will come to me and my 3 shitty tomato plants for all of their tomato needs. This year, I'm fucking sucking on tomatoes. I've been doing it the last couple of years. I've been trying to, do new things every time. And this year, the only thing that's making anything are sun golds. Everything else is just... I have these massive tomatoes on my tomato plants, but they're just not... They're not turning color. They're just red. Sorry, they're just green, and they're not changing color at all, and it's driving me crazy. All right. I needed 13, 14, and 15. I think 15 is the piece that remains. Prune Man, the Pruninator. Prune Man is my favorite Soundgarden song. Scott's trying to take over Tomato Town. Is that a is that a Battle Royale reference? What's the fucking name of that? What's the name of that Battle Royale that everyone loves that Ninja popularized? Or I don't know if he popularized it, but he just plays it a lot. Fuck, what's it called, dude? I can't. The fact Fortnite, thank you. I just struggle to remember the most basic shit. Take other people's plants and stick the suckers you removed from your own to theirs. There it is. My partner and I are very close to closing on our first house, and I'm hyped for gardening. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Enjoy. Little herb garden. I love a little herb garden on the deck. Or an herb garden wherever it's easiest for you to get the herbs when you're making dinner. I just throw shit in meals all the time, because why not, At some point, I'm going to go full Prune Man and try to grow stuff from seedlings during the winter and then break them out in the spring when it's warm enough. I haven't done that yet. It's too soon! Scott, what's a video you did in the start of your career that you would reapproach with a different angle? Ooh. I think in general, my beginning 10 videos that form a playlist on how to learn how to paint miniatures. That is 8 years old, almost. A couple months shy of 8 years old. I think that's the one that I would redo as one large video. I have a very nuanced opinion about how beginners should learn and enjoy the hobby. Now that I've, done it a lot, thought about it a lot, and most importantly, interacted a lot with actual beginners. I think that's the biggest thing about being a YouTuber that I didn't expect, is that you just get to interact with such a broad range of people involved in your hobby, and they all like to do it in different ways, and they all have different opinions about, how they want to learn and all that stuff. Like there's just so many opinions out there about that. And it's really interesting to learn them all and to kind of figure out everyone's preferences. A react video to those would be cool. Hey, that's not a bad idea. We're finally getting grapes on the vines. It's been 3 years. Oh my God. Congratulations. I'm actually shocked at all the Star Wars skins didn't suck you into Fortnite. I just think the idea, okay, here's my main thing with Fortnite. Battle Royale is already such a hodgepodge of video game genres put together, okay? It's fine. The collection of things they chose for that genre is a good video game to play. But then you gotta add on this other fucking mechanic of building structures and stuff, and it's just too much. It's too much, you know? I'm from a generation of people that played Team Deathmatch, where you just 5-on-5 shot the enemy team, and that was enough, okay? I played that for literal hours. I don't need to build a tower made of fucking sausage, you know, or whatever the hell they do in that game. Jesus. I love Apex Legends, though. That game rules. If I had to pick one, that's the one I would play. My daughter goes ham on our mint out front. She loves chomping on leaves. Really, she's eating ham, okay. Or eating mint. Jumping from a Spoon Man reference straight into talking about fork knife is making me hungry. Oh, nice, HUD. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Mike. That's awesome to hear. Listen, Scott, you can drop in as Darth Vader while Ride the Lightning plays. I mean, you're selling the game. You're selling the game. You're just scared of the 12-year-olds who would beat you. 100%. 100%. Bring back Titanfall. They added no build for gamers like us, which felt like a better Apex. Okay, okay. There we go. Okay, so clearly I'm not the only one complaining about that problem. Okay, interesting. Okay, okay, wow, look at that, amazing. Yeah. Apex, I love Apex because it's just so fast and snappy, you know? I love how fast and snappy it is. Also, I like first-person shooters a lot. They have a special place in my heart. But I can't be Darth Vader in Apex Legends. So, guess I'm playing Fortnite now. All right, let's get you on a base. I like Hunt Showdown. Yeah, Hunt Showdown is a game that I was interested in a very, very long time ago when it first got announced for the PC. It's actually interesting how much that game has changed over the years. I never played it in its final permutation, but I was really interested in it because I believe at the very least it was made with the CryEngine, if not Crytek developed it at least in the beginning. And so I was really interested in it because I was very into Crytek at that age. You can be Post Malone. You can be Post Malone? What the fuck? So you got 2,000 hours in that game, dude? I have a bunch of friends who play, or who used to play Hunt Showdown. All right, we got 13, 14, and 15 put together. And now it's time to put on the wing arm. Batman! 13, 14, 15. All right, the winged arm is, we need 22, 23, and 24. I see 22. Still on Dota, 11,000 hours. Dude, okay, you're one of those gamers, dude. One of those gamers who picks one game and just plays it for their entire life. I fucking feel you, brother or sister. That used to be how I loved to enjoy video games. 22 was the head. 23 is the Batwing arm. And then 24, there it is. You know, I actually bought, because they were on sale, Star Wars Unleashed. I think you need an Xbox controller to really play and enjoy that game. So I might pick one up. But the first one is a little rough. But I'm very excited for the second one. Am I wrong in thinking that Hunt Showdown was developed by Crytek, or was it a third party that just used CryEngine? Gosh, you guys have played a lot of Apex. It is Crytek? Okay, cool. So that's the reason why I'm not getting Crysis 4? I wish, with all my heart, soul, mind, and strength, that I could paint a Crysis Mini. That didn't suck. That would be such a cool thing to do for me. Just personally. There was a board game, and I've explained this before a very long time ago. There was a board game a long time ago that made a lot of models that looked really great, but the creator refused to give me any of the designs to paint. I wasn't gonna sell them, but I guess he didn't know that. I don't know what TFU is. This big wing. Yeah, that's kind of the hard thing, this painting of plastic, is dedicating time to being good at online games. It can be challenging. Sorry if it's already been asked at some point. Have I tried Spearhead yet? It's nice and quick, and the Soul Blight Gravelords are really fun in it. No, I haven't tried it yet, but I would love to try it. I think it'd be a great game. I'm hearing so many great things about it. Did I watch Knight Riders? Yeah, I did watch Knight Riders, yeah. That movie is fucking weird. It's so weird that like the guys care so much about like being like actual knights. Like the opening scene of him fucking flagellating himself is so intense. It's so intense. And it's like, bro, you work for the fucking Ren Fair. Settle down. It's always hard to tell if like that's supposed to be funny or if like Romero was like trying to make it serious. But yeah, I've seen Knightriders. It is, sure, it's kind of awesome, but like in a goofy way. Time for another tourney vid. Hell yeah. Hey, did you guys like that tourney vid from about Shatterpoint? Exigent, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Do you have the Vargheists for Spearhead? They're decent, but otherwise would never use them. I don't. The only thing I have that's similar to that is that like bat creature that comes in Cursed City. Awesome tree, love it. Thank you, Jess Seppuku. I'll have to check that out. Romero had a funny way to do that stuff. The Living Dead stuff is just as good. The first one, 3, and Land is fun. I haven't seen Night of the Living Dead. That's one that escapes me. There's a few that I haven't got around to seeing. I watched one yesterday, like I said at the beginning of the stream. I watched Friday the 13th for the first time ever. And Night of the Living Dead would be another good one. Another good one to watch. Okay, I'm gonna have to look over the mold lines on the inside of this wing thing a little bit more closely. I think I missed a couple of obvious ones. I haven't seen Dog Soldiers, no. You mean the video you made for all of us, Dan and Curtis fans? Yeah, sure. Love to hear that, Keenan V. You need 3 Vargheists for Soulblight Grandpa or Spearhead. That's the reason I got them on eBay. Oh, okay. Weird. Vargheists... Are Vargheists not like a Flesh Eater Court thing? The Tom Savini remake is fantastic. Yeah, there's actually quite a few zombie movies that I haven't really seen. Not a genre that I'm like, you know, dying for. Ugh, creepy man. I love it. I love it. Don't think I need to paint the inside of this guy's rib cage with some sprue goo, just because he's really covering it with his weapon, so who cares? All right. There's one box that makes 2 FEC things and 1 for SBGL. Okay, so there's 2 options. Nice. Gotta be honest, I do miss the simpler Scott Paints a Thing videos. Azathoth, I hear you, brother. I hear that comment in general. That is very fair feedback. I'm going to do my best just to continue to do at least one of those a month in the future when I get my shit together. Part of me taking a look at my YouTube channel again is really just trying to figure out how do I make more videos consistently. As my content career has gone on, I have invested a lot in making the videos better and better and better. Despite how long they take to make. A very simple example of that is that it takes me a full 8-hour workday to sometimes write a script for a video. And that's just insane, you know? That's fucking insane. So I just need to figure out how to make them faster, so I can make them more. Because I could, you know, back in the day, I could make a video a week. I did a video a week for a very long time. So I just need to, you know, have an honest conversation with myself about that and about what topics are fair game and which ones won't work in that kind of thing. And yeah, I think painting a single model a week is a fair thing. I could definitely do that at least once a month. What are your thoughts on SFG re-supporting Guild Ball? Are you getting into it again, or have you sworn it off for good? I didn't swear it off. I'm not part of the group of people that like hates them, because I was never like super into the game. I was in like an escalation league and I played it with my friends, but I wasn't like going to tournaments and traveling for it and stuff like that. So I didn't swear it off. I haven't, but that being said, I haven't really played it again. But I would love to play it again. I love that it's being supported. I hope that means that we're getting new and interesting rules in the game, gets more models and stuff. I hope being supported doesn't mean we're just gonna sell it on our website, you know? That, you know, it might as well not exist if that's what they're gonna do with the game, you know? So, yeah, we'll see. At this point, I don't think they've done anything new with the game, although I could be wrong about that. I like it all, honestly. Your stuff is right up my alley. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. I personally love when you go nuts on videography, as you seem to really enjoy that approach a lot. It is. It's very fun to watch. The trick to being able to still do that while creating many videos is to have multiple people that are helping you make the videos. People that care a lot about videography, people that care a lot about writing, people that care a lot about all those things, and having them doing all those jobs simultaneously, which is not an area where I'm at, and will hopefully be able to get there at some point, so that I can do everything that I like, which is maintain relevancy and good performance on YouTube, and also make the stuff that I want to make, at least the quality that I want to make. I also wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts on cinema more. Oh, okay, cool. For Spearhead, you need 1 Vampire Lord, 20 Skellies, 5 Blood Knights, and 3 Vargheists. Okay, so there aren't 2 lists for SBGL. There's just an FEC one and an SBGL one, and the SBGL one happens to also include Vargheists. Am I understanding this correctly, Straken? How are the demos for TUP? What parts get the most views? Topics, preamble, ramble. Would it be beneficial to switch the order or make separate videos out of them? Possibly. It'd be good to do that. I haven't looked. Honestly, the YouTube analytics section of either of my channels is a scary and terrifying place. I haven't looked. Also, the other thing is that because TUP is a joint venture, neither John or I are really investing our time in improving it. If we have limited time, it's going to go toward our own channels. So TUP is kind of a thing that exists. We do whatever with it, and if people like it, they like it. If not, then we change it up. But we're not really like trying to min-max the podcast. The basing videos. Yes, I want to make more basing videos. They announced 1 new minor guild. Hell yeah! And officially released a minor guild. Oh, the Lamplighters? Captain Katie? Awesome. Who are the Lumberjacks a minor guild for? I love that. I have no idea what Moonbeam is, Atsu. Okay, chat, let's step up. We can write Scott's scripts to save him time. And then we can add 13% more fart jokes. I'm all for fart jokes. Hell yeah. Gotcha, Straken. Okay. I don't expect any of my viewers to help with my problems. You guys just sit there and you enjoy the content. It's my job to figure it out. The Wizard Man. Another Wizard Man. Oh, God damn it. keep hitting. Fucking A. Okay. Oh my god. I want to see his name. The Mandrake Abyssal. He's like the wizard man. He's got a flame arm. 38, 39, and 40. The Masons, okay. Oh, a new streaming platform. Okay, okay. The Abyssal is your best ranged threat with this team. Okay, fair, fair. 39, 38, and 40. I don't know why I didn't say that in an order. 39. 40. 39. No. 38. That's 28. Okay. Tup is my go-to podcast while I paint. Tomorrow I will watch an episode when I get time to paint. I sometimes regret it though. Ever tried to paint eyes while suddenly someone makes you laugh? No. I'm glad you're laughing though. Squeak. You know, I've been wanting to bust out my sponge sanding twigs, and I just keep saying that I don't need them, but I think I need them. That episode was about my colonoscopy. Yeah. I got the colonoscopy. It's fucking A, dude. Remembering that is it's painful. Colonoscopy episode is top tier. Yeah, that's totally fair feedback, Avery. That's totally fair. I was hesitant when Steamforge brought Guild Ball because of their lashing out at the community and their half-assed apology, but now that they've bought War Machine, an even more competitive game, I lost all hope. Did they know what they're doing? I did not see that going that direction. That's hilarious. Yeah, Yeah, I don't really know anything about War Machine or where they're taking it. It's kind of interesting. I don't know, I don't know. Wasn't it John who told that he had to drink that stuff, and the room where he got that was an aftermath? No, that was me. Yeah, that was me. I mean, you're making me feel like I'm misremembering it, and now maybe John also shared some colonoscopy story that he had while I was sharing mine, but what you just described happened to me. It was fucking, oh my God. Oh my God, the siren. Yeah, it scared the fuck out of me too, bro. Chimp 3D. Don't do me like that, bro. Chat's gaslighting Scott about Scott's colonoscopy. Oh my God. It's happening. Yeah, dude. I remember this is possibly TMI, but I was getting, oh man, it's TMI. I should not go into this. He got a colonoscopy just to be supportive. I mean, it can't be afterthought, but the stream doesn't also need to be as unhinged as the podcast is at times, you know? You know? At times. Okay. Boom. Dunzo. Now the wizard hand. The abyssal. Mandragore. It's a fun name. We need C, 47, 48, and 49. How does it feel that several thousand people know about the colonoscopy? I mean, it's a thing that all people have to do at some point. So, I mean, well, what can you do? Couples colonoscopy. On this episode of Tup, we've commissioned a local sculptor to create this massive 1-to-1 scale sprue. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. $90-10 creator split, as in 90 goes to the creator or 90 goes to the platform? I'm assuming 90 goes to the creator based on the context. Definitely head to head, Baxter. I forgot the part numbers. God damn it. 47, 48, and 49. Wait, no. 47, 48, and a couple of different options. 46 or 45. Okay. There's 46 and 45. Okay. I mean, obviously the one with the mouth open. Come on, bro. You serious? Are you serious? $44. I can't remember. I can't remember anything, dude. 47 and 48. There's 48. And now 47. Excuse me. Nice. Okay. Yeah, as a thought, I agree. But that is a thing that I don't know if they could ever really fix with the sprues, just because the way they're laid out is just for the sake of efficiency and making sure that the layout is used appropriately. Like when it comes to making tanks, like tanks are, you know, kind of inorganic rectangular objects, and so it's kind of easy, or rather easier, to lay stuff out on a sprue when you have an orderly object like that. But when it comes to organic things like this, it gets a little hairy. Not to say that it's not possible to lay things out in a more convenient way. I'm not remotely an expert when it comes to this kind of stuff. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair as a thought. Yeah, I got you. Label them with emojis. Good luck on the Ranger, Avery. Squeak. All right, chat, I'm going to ask you a question. You've been asking me questions all stream long. Let me throw it back at you. If you could, for free, without any time investment, learn a skill of any type, what would it be? Go. ZBrush. So sculpting, okay? Time management, CAD. How to fly a plane. God, I don't know if I can handle that, Avery. Brain surgery. Brian surgery. 100% CAD. Okay. Piano. Guitar is a second choice. Okay. Or trade. Okay, that's a good one. I like trade. Learn how to turn into Waffle Dragon, dude. What? Got another stock trader. Okay. Interesting. Would you say actual magic is a skill? No. You can't do things that aren't. I mean, I don't want to say that magic isn't actually possible, because, like, who fucking knows? But, yeah, I would say that doesn't count. Carpentry? Becoming the first true wizard. I forbid it. I should have put the arm on first. No. I did it again. Ah. I'd learned how to trick Maniac into gluing his fingers together live on stream. Nice. I've been playing guitar for 22 years, and I say I'd like to learn how to play guitar. Painting and drawing better, okay? 3D sculpting. Citizen Perfect, you've described them immaculately. Dark Eldar Shadow people. Yes, they are mandrakes. They live in the Shadow Realm. They come out of shadows. They like spawn out of people's shadows and they assassinate you. There actually was a named character back in the day who was a mandrake, and he was pretty cool. And there's actually a head in this kit that looks a lot like him. I forget his name. It started with a K. And he was known for collecting heads. And now I must go and look for it, and I will not accept chat's help with this. I must know it on my own. All right, I'm grabbing the Codex, which has all the lovely special characters in it that are now dead to time. Oh, you got Urian Rackhearth, Astrubial Vect, Lady Malice, Drazar, Duke Sliskis, and then Karajuak. Karajuak. Meme Drac commands you. Look at this. Look at this guy with his 4 arms, dude. Game design and coding. Trukari Spooky Duders. Screenwriting, okay. Look at this guy, bro. Bring back special characters. Seriously. You know another one that's amazing? Baron Sathanex. There he is. I didn't even know he was the next one. But this guy fucking rules. The Lord Hellion? Come on, dude. Come on. Green Goblin? Yes, that guy. This guy wants to fuck you up. He's an edgelord? Why is everyone saying Dark Eldar edgelords, dude? Don't make fun of the things that I like, okay? I can't handle it. Where are the other ones? Where are all the... Fuck, where are the main characters at? They're not edgelords. They're cool. They're mean. Damn, where was I just? What the fuck? Oh yeah, here we go. Lilith Hesperex. Yeah, okay, that's all of them. Astrubio Vect, Supreme Overlord of Camorra. Cool. Yeah. The Tony Hawk of Hellions. You gotta own the edgelordiness. I would learn robotics and neuroscience and turn myself into a cyborg. They are edgy though. 95% edgelord, 5% shades of gray. Bro. That was definitely my fucking username on Instant Messenger, Mike Janae. I don't know how you knew, but... All right, next one. We did Flamey Guy, and now we're gonna do the Mandrake Dirgemaw. This is the guy who looks like he's from The Grudge. Dirgemaw. 50, 51, and 52. Shades of cream. Oh man, that just... Okay, so in my head, I was going to paint these guys with black skin and like teal glowing or yellow glowing runes. But what if instead... What if instead I give them white skin? Think about that later. Corpse paint. 50, 51, and 52. There's 51 and 52. Or 51 and 50. Where is 52? I'll just pop this head out because I know that's the one we're going to use. There it is. Okay. The Dirge Maw is one of the two operatives that will make your opponent hate you in Kill Team. Oh, I love making my opponent hate me. Have you seen the new Inquisitor? Oh my god, yeah, dude. Kodiaz. That model is hilarious. I like how some people are like saying like, oh, GW puts too much detail on a mini, they get yelled at. They put no detail on a mini, and they still get yelled at. They can't do anything right. As if that's the problem with that model. No, it is not the lack of detail. Some more detail would help, but it would not solve the problem. That guy looks like a fucking baby. He looks like a baby man in his little baby power suit armor. He looks like he doesn't fit into his own trousers. He looks so goofy. Yeah, that's a... I don't know. That's one of those... It's one of those moments where it's like, how did this get past all the artists? You know? What? Like with... And it's not like the sculpting is bad. It's just the proportions. Like his legs look so big, and he's got like this huge waist thing. It looks like a giant diaper. He just has baby vibes. Hardcore. Yeah, that model is fucked. It's not fucked. It's not awful. It has proportion issues. And if they got fixed, it would look great. I played 40k against Drakari this week. Chaos War Dogs ate them alive. I literally felt bad winning. Oh yeah, good. Have I seen Mandy? I have seen Mandy. It's pretty good. Yeah, a loincloth would do a lot of work. Looks like a Wallace in Robo trousers. Yeah, probably. Actually, that's a pretty good description. It's a giant golden diver. The two-headed eagle is cool. I very much so agree with that. But yeah. Did you see Longlegs yet? No, I haven't seen Longlegs yet. Although I will admit, even though I do love occult horror movies with Satan and demons, it is getting a little tired, that genre of horror. But I will watch that movie. He's like a baby custodian. That's exactly what he is. He's a little baby custodian. Yeah, I think I'm hyped for Alien Romulus as well. That'll be a good one. Although I think I haven't seen the most recent one. Coronary Jump, thank you for the sub. Don't be hating my man's Cody ass inquisitorial diaper. Yeah. All right. Now that you give me money, I like him now. I rescind my comments. Am I excited for the new Hellboy movie? Yeah, sure. I wasn't part of the group that disliked the last new one, so I'm down for more Hellboy. That should be fun. Did you know that Blind Guardian just released their own miniatures for things like No? What? Yeah, I haven't seen Covenant. What the fuck? Blind Guardian miniatures? What? Blind Guardian miniatures, dude. No, that's not right. What is this? What is this? What is this? Sorry, now I have to look into this. I don't know how to find the things that I want. How do I find these minis? I feel you. I was 60% in it for the plot and 40% in it for Nick Cage being a little freak on screen. Yeah, that's basically what it is for. Nick Cage gets to have some fun. We need to change Cody as head from one of the winged baby heads. Oh my god, bro. It's on their Instagram. Okay, cool. Oh, Constantine 2. That's a demon movie I'll fucking watch. Woo! That's exciting. All right, we gotta find these Blind Guardian miniatures. I'm sorry, chat. Everything halts until I find these minis. Blind Guardian. Accounts. Blind Guardian. Okay, they got a little box here. They're working with Scribabs_board games. I have never heard of that. They got a bunch of dudes in shirts or no shirts. The Dark Dragon. All right, just show me the fucking minis, please. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, that looks okay. That's the free mini. Scribabs, show me the fucking minis, dude. Please. March against the tyrants. They just keep showing me the box art on the boxes. All right, well. All right, we're gonna watch this video together, chat. I love this board game has a live action trailer for it, dudes. Come on. I mean, not everyone cares about minis. Bro. All right. What can you expect from Metal Man? All right. Okay. We're going to keep an eye on that. Oh, here's maybe some. Okay. Okay. They look okay. Oh, man. It's got their logo on it and everything. That's so cool. That's so cool. I'm not sure if the models are any good, but they look awesome. Whole lot of no minis, yeah, basically. All right. Let's open my tab where I got my instructions for assembly. Actually, scratch that. I haven't even finished putting together the parts that I already clipped out. That looks clean. That looks clean enough. Board game minis be board game minis. What I don't really like about the new Kodiak Mini is the eagle being completely separate. AOS has turned all companion animals into tokens without attack profiles, and I suspect Kodiak's eagles might be a token as well. So not so much the sculpting of the Mini, but rather the gameplay implications. Okay, okay. Girl Painting asks, if you could design a GW board game like Space Hulk Hero Quest, what existing GW models would you put in it? I guess that question really is asking the question, first of all, what would the game be? Because that would determine what models go in it. Oh, I got it. I got it. Tower defense board game where you play as the Wood Elf factions trying to battle against the Beastmen factions trying to get into Athel Loren, or whatever the AOS equivalent of Athel Loren is. Hell yeah, dude. Tower defense, but like, it doesn't need to be tower defense, because like it could just use the minis and you could like do like ambush scenarios and cool stuff like that. Hell yeah, dude. Let's do that. Chat, help me out here. Has GW done anything new with Old World? All right. Now, for the Dirge Maw. Dirge Maw! We need... Oh, God, the flame is separate in his hand? Give me a break. All right, oh no, it's not. Oh God, thank God. 60 and 59, and we already have the head out. Dwarves, 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 dwarves. Yeah, but we've already seen dwarves though. I know, are there new dwarves? Or are these the dwarves that we are already aware of? There's 60. There's 59. New Shield Riding King. Yeah, we've seen that one. We've seen the Shield Riding King already. All right, see you, just Seppuku. Seppuku. Okay, cool. Someone's vacuuming outside. Normally they only vacuum At night. Hmm. I ordered the new Necromunza stuff. Ooh, that's exciting. Unfortunately, all this AOS 4 stuff got me too tired and poor to buy into dwarves and the old world now. Are you a dwarf person, Atsu? Very much. Called little people. Jeez. Sorry. I'm still half tempted to get dwarves for Cities of Sigmar, but it doesn't seem like a good list at this point. Holy Havoc? You guys going to Holy Havoc? It's fun. Goodbye, head. Oh, I love these creepy little freaks. Okay, that was it. We have reached the end. You are right. We have 5 special dudes and 5 not special dudes. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it again. Let's do it all over again. 25, 26, and 27. Ah, that's it. Nice. Yes, they can do their showdown for the best rats. My one buddy is super into dwarves of all forms except fire slayers. He just thinks naked baby dwarves are dumb and they all look the same. They do kind of look the same. Gotcha, Azathoth. It's the same with the Sisters of Battles, the Novitiates. They have there's one extra you can build. Pizza oven. Yeah, all right. Let's keep going here. 25, 26, and 27. Oh, here we go. Here's the fresh, unmined sprue. Is it 2 extra? I think I have all of them. I must have got an extra body through some other means. Oh yeah, we're gonna get some extra bits out of this sprue. I love it. 25 through 27. There's 27. There's 25. Where's the tactical rock for this dude? There it is. There's the tactical rock. Okay, gotcha. Coronary Jump says, regarding your tower defense idea, in White Dwarf 500, they had a King of the Hill type scenario with Grombradal fighting against waves of goblins. Is that similar to what you're thinking? No, not entirely, but similar in theme for sure. I guess the equivalent of that would be like King Orion fighting off of hordes of Ungors, basically. But this is more like, you know, like let's say scenario 1 is like, okay, there's a scouting party of Ungors and Gors that, you know, come into the forest, and you have to take them out with Deepwood Scouts and some Way Watchers or whatever it is. And then it's like, okay, narratively, now the Beastmen are upset, and now they're going to send a larger force, and you have larger armies now to defend the forest. In the real tower defense genre video games, you don't have like units. You have, you know, structures that then kill, you know, hordes of mindless dudes that walk into the structures. So I'm kind of riffing on the genre, not really totally copying it. That sounds like a fun mode to play. So like progressive waves and scenarios. Yeah. So in traditional tower defense, the waves get stronger and there are more of them. And so you have to continue to upgrade your towers. You have to continue to make stronger towers. And the real sign of a TD is that you build mazes of structures so that it's inefficient for the mobs to move through the mazes, which then increases the time that they're getting pelted with your towers. So in this case, it could be like, you could have waystones that would like confuse the Ungors and the Gors and the Beastmen. So they get lost in the forest and have to move from point to point in inefficient ways. And in doing that, there are more opportunities for your archers, for your wood elves to run hits on them, kill them, stuff like that. Those are the main tower defense things. The waves get larger, they get stronger. You as the player employ more towers, stronger towers, and you build a maze to make it inefficient for the mobs to move through your region so you can hit them more often. Used to play a lot of tower defense games in Warcraft 3. Scott, I bought Dice Throne and I blame you. Fuck yeah, dude. Dice Throne rules. And it's also like cheap, you know? Like you don't need to buy like every season. Like the season box that has all the dudes in it. You can just buy like one box that's got 2 dudes in it. And that's good enough. And that's like $35. And then you can play with the 2 dudes. And it's so fun. And you've got a bone to pick with Beastmen. Thematically, it's fun to shit on Beastmen with Wood Elves. But I don't dislike Beastmen for any particular reason. I think they're pretty cool, actually. Or, I don't know if pretty cool is the term, but they're fine. I don't dislike them. I got a bone to pick with you, Mr. DJ. I don't play Dice Masters. I don't know what that is. About the Marvel 4 player because I wanted to try it with more than one person. Nice, cool. I don't have any of the Marvel ones. Good thing Scott's glass frames are clear so we can see what he's doing. You got me. You got me. Ah! Eee. Dice Masters is if you added dice to MTG and used pop culture properties like Marvel and DC. A 1v1 dice/card battler. It sounds exactly like Dice Throne. Okay, now for the non-fancy boy, we need 29. Ooh, I like the hook thing more. 2931. Oh, and you use 2 bits for your head. That's annoying. 3129. There's, oh, that's 8. It's a different hook sword. There's this weapon. 28 now. We need the hand wavy one. Oh, nice. At the thought, that's a good idea. We need 29. Where the hell's 29? Is it on this tiny baby sprue? No. And this is identical to the other one. It's got to be on here. There it is. There it is. Okay, and then what's his actual face bit? 32. 32. God damn, where is 32? There it is. What's on the table today? We're doing some Mandrake assembly while also doing a little bit of a Ask Me Anything. If anyone has any questions about, YouTube, live streaming, miniature painting, personal questions, ask away. I would like a anti-space Hulk with 5 Chaos Terminators making a teleporter attack on an Imperial vessel. Ooh, that sounds fun. Why is there no Womandrake? Well, who says these aren't Womandrakes? I don't know if, even, it is even like, does it have sexes? Are they males to begin with? I know you were just asking a funny question, but now I'm overthinking it. Maybe they reproduce asexually by splitting in half. how big is your pile of shame, and at what rate is it growing? It's not growing that fast, you know. Being a YouTuber, I get sent stuff, but a lot of that stuff I have no intention of ever painting, and so I just give it away. Yeah, I don't buy a lot of models. I actually can't remember the last mini that I bought. I have so many minis. That can't be true, right? That can't be true. How big is the pile of shame, though? It's big. You know, it's legendary. It's embarrassing. It's hard to put a number on it, but yeah, it's definitely like in the hundreds for sure, if not in the thousands. Yeah, I don't find myself buying a lot of minis. Well, I guess if you wanted to count STL stuff, I bought some STLs from Skullforge Miniatures recently, so I guess that does count. If your goal is to reduce the pile of shame, don't ever buy a 3D printer. Oops. Yeah, I definitely I've never bought a 3D printer, but the one that I currently use and really enjoy using actually is the Elegoo Ultra S3, the Elegoo S3 Ultra 12K, 8K, 8K. Having a lot of good luck with that one. Oops, all prints. I just think of the old newspaper comic from the 70s called Mandrake the Musician. Ooh. Yeah, there are a lot of great STLs out there. It's a fun Easter egg hunt to try and find them all. Ooh, this one's a little bit trickier to sneak in. Okay. This one is a little little bit more challenging to get right. OBR? Not a huge fan of OBR. The fun has arrived. What up, Cornflake Justice? Scott, how long range are your plans for business? Are you planning year by year, or have you gone full Japanese Zaibatsu and are planning 20 years in advance for corporate domination in the mini space? Great question. You know, I wish I could say that I was like on top of my shit, like am able to plan very far into the future, but unfortunately that is not the case. I work like basically the amount of planning I do is like months in not months in advance, a month in advance. That is the extent of it. I'm struggling with this one. We're gonna hold him together a little bit. This is quick drying plastic glue, so it shouldn't take too long to come together right now. This question raised my anxiety levels, yeah. Scott, any good video games you're playing right now? My 20-year plan is don't die. I did just buy, because it was on sale, is it called The Force Awakens? The Force Unleashed, 1 and 2. I started playing the first one, and it's okay. I'm not like super in love with it. Otherwise, I am still enjoying Dune Spice Wars. I might actually be playing some Dune Spice Wars tonight. Okay, now we need... oh, I skipped some instructions. We need 1, 2, and 3. That's easy to remember. Which is your favorite spice? Sporty, scary, definitely scary. Definitely scary. Have you guys seen Spice World? Have you seen that movie, Spice World? That's a great movie. Tell us what you want. Yeah, why did Baby Spice get left out? 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we got a lot of heads we can use. I'm excited to use all these heads, or just bits in general for anything. Back in the day, Force Unleashed was the shit. It definitely has some... Yeah, I've already played Fallen Order. Sure, yeah. I think my one complaint with Unleashed is that it's hard to... I don't know how to deflect blaster bolts. Like in the modern game, you push a button at the right time, then it deflects blasters. But like with the one I'm playing now, it's hard to tell how it works. You have to be locked on to the person who's shooting you, and then sometimes it deflects and sometimes it doesn't deflect. It's hard to tell. Back in my day, we just played Star Wars Battlefront and we liked it. I was way too far out of the age demographic for Spice Girls Revolution. Gotcha. Rumor has it that Baby and Scary Spice broke up and that's why the band did. Oh, interesting. Dune Spice Wars is good all around. Complex, but not so much that it's hard to get into. You can just jump right in. Did I see the vinyl release of the Dune soundtrack? No, I did not. Where they pressed sand into the record? That's cool. No, I didn't. I did not see that. You have to level up your saber skill. Gotcha. Would I ever try my hand at other kinds of niche painting projects? For example, action figures, Gunpla. Yes, absolutely, I would. Absolutely. I would love to try that stuff out. Especially action figures, I think are very cool. When is your next mini coming out? Hopefully soon. I have the model, the most difficult parts are done. The model's concept art is done and it's a banger. The sculpt is like 99% done and I literally am doing the last rounds of feedback for it. And like the feedback I have is incredibly simple and it's the last amount of feedback that I'll be giving on the mini. And then after that, we have to just make the box, the packaging for the model, and I just send it off to my caster to get cast. So hopefully soon, but you never really know in the world of product design. You know, everything fucking takes forever. So who knows? Hopefully soon. Just wanted to say I've been enjoying the chill stream this week instead of us trying to get you to fail a speed paint. That was fun in your mouth. Not great. Thank you, Baxter. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to switch it up a little bit. We'll probably just work on these guys and take a break from them every now and then because, you know, painting 10 dudes might take a long time. Or it might not. It depends how clever I want to get with the paint scheme, you know. I can definitely see these guys getting done really fast, like with certain techniques employed. Oops, that was a little too crazy. Yeah, I would imagine they take contrast paint pretty well. I think you're definitely spot on there as a thought. I think a really solid strategy would be to like, because they're also split in half. Like they're bare chested and then have robes on the bottom, and that really lends itself super well to airbrushing, because you can airbrush, say, the bottom half and then hit the top half. But you can also do this trick where, like, say I do their skin dark and I airbrush it zenithly, a nice black, a nice cold black, right? And then you want to do the runes. The runes you could do, or the tribal scarring, you could just pop some white oil ink wash into the runes, let it dry, and then airbrush with a translucent color. So like a yellow ink, for instance, that wouldn't really show up on the black at all. It might tint it a little bit. And then you just kind of spray it, and it hits that white ink and just lights up beautifully. And then you're not really disturbing your black at all, but you're getting really nice poppy runes, and you're not really having to do any futzing about with, you know, say, painting the runes first and then delicately trying to paint the skin, or the reverse of that. Yeah, there's a couple of tricks here that might make these guys go very fast. Artheus 3D. Hey, Scott. Got back into the hobby fairly recently. I've been enjoying your videos and podcasts. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm sure I messed up a bunch of my guys that I built last time because I was just building them to look cool, and WYSIWYG guys will be all mad because I built too many special weapons or something. Probably not. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, we did 1, 2, 3. Now we need the next page. We got some weapon options here. Do I keep going with the curved blades here, or do I kind of mix it up here? I kind of like the idea of mixing it up. Yeah, we'll go with the bone saw thing. C9 and C6. C9 and C6. 40k nerds are in the arch hunting illegal. C9 and C6. There's C6. Boom. C6. Excellent. I just got a Raimi Spider-Man flashback. Bonesaw. I have heard of Gale Force 9. Gale Force 9 is still getting after it. They published that kind of older and kind of classic Dune board game. They do a lot of stuff. I'm on their like PR email list. Maybe that's why I'm kind of a little bit more tuned into it. But yeah, they got a bit going on. Ooh, I shaved off way too much of that. tricep. Make a lot of board games, nice. Yeah, they do have a Star Trek license, you're right. The minis have big heads. Everyone's like, nah, fam. Those minis are for babies. Excuse me. Okay. Those men are there for the new Inquisitor. That's funny. C4 or C5? I bet one is mouth agape and one is not mouth agape. Oh yeah, we're always gonna go with the mouth open one, just because we can make the insides of their mouths also glowing. And that would be sick. What color glow? It's definitely going to be yellow or turquoise. It's got to be one of the spot colors that I've been using on my scheme lately. Probably yellow. Maybe a mixture. I'm not sure. All right. We didn't finish all 10, but we finished 7 though, which is a pretty good start. Got 3 more to go. I'm going to be done for now though. We are hitting the 4 o'clock limit. Okay, tough question. Do you think John actually has a chance to going? Yeah, for sure he does. Yeah. Like, if the question was paint an army in like a reasonable amount of time, I think Vince would dominate. But I think just because John, you know, he's a good painter, and so given any amount of time, he's going to produce a good product, like 100%. The real skill with miniature army painting is being able to paint a beautiful army in a reasonable amount of time, you know, not just like spending endless hours on it. That's where the real skill comes in my opinion, at least with army painting specifically. All right, but yes, I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for all your beautiful questions. I feel like before I say I'm gonna be here next week, let me just check. Yes, I will be here next week. Same time, same place, 1 p.m. CST to 4 p.m. CST, twitch.tv/Miniac. See you later, Jose Shu. Sorry about that. Everyone have a great week. Thank you, Retro Evil Inc. Appreciate it. Catch you next week. Yeah, guys. You guys rule. Adios. See ya. Sayonara. I'm just saying words until I open my app so I can end this stream. Okay.